Been joined by our third place finisher, driver of the number 4 Sirius XM Toyota, Christopher Bell. And Christopher, a little bit of a wild and crazy night for you out there tonight. Talk a little bit about your run and coming home with a third place finish.
Yeah, we had a really strong Sirius XM Tundra all throughout the test here a couple weeks ago. Practice yesterday, qualifying. Our Tundra was super, super good. Unfortunately, we got that flat early on in the race and kind of set us back. But we were able to rebound. We were able to get up to second there, and I felt like we were a second-place truck at that point. And just bummed I ran third. Sauter did an excellent job on that restart to kind of pin me down there in 3 and get by me. So just overall frustrated that I ran third with a second-place truck, but a great night, great rebound for us.
All right, and we've now been joined by our second-place finisher, Johnny Sauter, driver of the number 21 Allegiant Airlines Chevrolet. And Johnny, a great night for your team tonight, coming home in second place. I think I heard you say on the TV interview that it was your highest finish here. So just talk a little bit about your night and being able to come home in second.
Well, it was a good night for us. This is, I've made no secret about it, this has been a place I've typically struggled in the past. So, and even at the test, I didn't think we had a great test. So we actually brought a different truck back, and this is Old Faithful. It's a truck we've had success with last fall, and then obviously this year it's been running really well for us. But our Allegiant Travel Chevy was phenomenal in that second stage. I think we restarted 13th, and we were leading it, I don't know, 10, 12 laps into that run. And, you know, I called for an adjustment, and he gave it to me, and it was phenomenal there, and I should have got more of it on the final pit stop. And I just felt like this racetrack was going to go free like it always does, and it really didn't do that for me. I just needed more front grip, but you know, obviously where you restart is very important. You know, you want to be on the top. So having said all that, we executed the last restart pretty well, and you know, we were able to get a second place finish out of it. We just we got a little bit of work to do just to make our stuff a little bit better, but I couldn't be more proud of the effort from everybody at GMS tonight.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions for Johnny or Christopher. If you have one, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation. Any opening questions? Okay, we'll start with Bob and go to Zach.
Bob Pockros, ESPN. For both you guys are 1-2 in the points. You're kind of separated yourselves from everybody, and while the points do get reset, when you're racing each other every week in the top 5, do you kind of look at each other like, wow, this is it could come down to you two guys in the end?
Well, I'll start this off, man. I feel like my team's been executing every race, and my results I feel like have been pretty great throughout the year, and then all of a sudden this 21 truck's still ahead of us in points. So as great as my year's been, his year's been even greater. So happy with our team, and we've been able to execute. They've just been executing a little bit better all season long, but yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I knew coming into the season that Christopher was going to be one of the guys you're going to be racing for the championship. There's no doubt about it. He's a very, very talented young driver, and obviously with a great organization. So it would make, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see us racing each other down to the wire. Having said that, we're on a great run here. You know, 3 second-place finishes in a row, I think. So you know, things go a little bit differently. Who knows? You could probably win one of them races. I felt like we had the best truck at Martinsville, and ultimately had the best truck at Daytona, and just circumstances didn't work out. So, you know, I do think we have a pretty good gap, which doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. I still feel the pressure to win every week, doing everything in our power to do that. And I can't think of 4 better racetracks coming up for us to try to snag a win here earlier in the season. And you know, hopefully we're racing for that championship. I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com for Christopher. When things go wrong like that, just 2-3 laps in, do you have to take a deep breath and make a conscious decision that okay, we can reset and there's plenty of laps left? Is that something that you and Rudy talk about and go from there?
Yeah, well, that's one thing Rudy's extremely talented at, is just coaching his drivers through it. He's been paired up with young drivers throughout his career, and especially the last couple years, and obviously his drivers have been extremely successful. So he's great at kind of walking me through everything and let me know the steps and the processes of how we're going to go back and get back to the front. But man, at the beginning of the race we got a flat, and then I got told a spring rover fell out. So We were on mismatched tires pretty much the whole race. So as far as my feedback, I was kind of all over the map as far as loose, tight, and I was having a hard time giving Rudy directions as to which way to go with the truck. But he knew in the back of his hand what we had and what tires we were on, and knew that when we put this last set on, we'd be just fine. So he did an excellent job coaching me through it, and I'll be honest, I got pretty frustrated there whenever I lost a lap, and like, okay, you're in the lucky dog spot now, and we'd go green, and Kyle would keep lapping trucks, and so we'd miss it, and that was pretty frustrating. But Rudy kept me calm, and Tony Hirschman on top of the spotter stand kept me informed on what's going on, and we were able to persevere and get back up there.
All right, additional questions? Okay, we'll come up front. Any questions upstairs in the press box? All right,
Pete
go ahead.
McCall from AutoRacing1.com for Johnny. On the last couple of restarts, Kyle Busch seemed to just be able to just blow your doors off on each restart. Did you have anything for him other than to wreck him? I mean, was there anything you guys could do to catch him?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to call it the way it is. You know, I pushed him on that restart, obviously, and then when he got clear of the start-finish line, he obviously pulled down to try to help Christopher get momentum, which is what a teammate should do. But just super fast, you know what I mean? I'm wide open through 1 and 2, grabbing gears as best I can, and he's still squirting away from me. So there's not a whole lot you can do there. I mean, you said wreck him. I can't even get to him to wreck him. So it's just, you know, they've got a little bit extra speed on the initial get-go, and that's something that I felt like, you know, we lacked a lot last year. We've come a long way, and we continue to get better at that part of it. But these races anymore, it seems like they come down to, you know, the end of these races, and you've got to have fire off speed. So you can't give anything up. You got to be good at the beginning of a run. You got to be good at the end of a run. But we, you know, I don't know if it's me or what. If I need to be better about, you know, takeoff speed and not worry so much about older tires deeper into a run. And but yeah, that 51 he's just fast.
All right, any questions in the press box?
Perfect.
All right, thanks, guys.